All right, don't forget to take these out of your old radiator. They go in the top corners. Okay, and then put them in your new one. Okay, here's my new radiator. I'm gonna bolt the fan shroud to it and install it with the fan shroud on it. And hopefully that'll be better than the way I did it when I took it apart. So if it works out good, then just go ahead and leave the fan on it and then you'll remove the radiator. Okay, all the little shrouds in front of the condenser, I have removed all those because they're broken. I'm not gonna replace it. So then I pushed the condenser up in there and I put a bungee cord on it, going through the shroud, the grill I mean, to help hold it up in there so I can put my radiator and my cooling fan up in there all at one time. Okay, just make sure your condenser is not binding and the Schrader valve is sticking up. See it right there? Make sure that's sticking out from underneath here. Okay. You just need to push this more this way a little bit, like that. Yeah, put a bungee cord on that too, or just keep an eye on it. Yeah. Okay. And get your clamp ready for your radiator and your strap to help hold it up there. Okay, I got the radiator and the fan shroud up in there, being supported with my strap. Now I'm going to try to put my condenser in. You got to put it in the little hooks on the top and then slide it down, and then you can put your 2 bolts in. All right, I got my condenser in there. I started the driver's side first, and then I went to the passenger side. And what I did is I had to take the condenser and I had to go like that, and then drag it down and then bring it in like that. Okay, it was pretty hard to get hooked into that clip, you know, that little channel up there. So now I got it in there, now I can get my bolts started and I can snug them up. All right, you got your upper grommets in. Now you can put your little radiator hose on and your clamp. Okay, plug in your sensor. Okay, and then get that other mass airflow connector over here too, so you don't have to go chasing that once you got it all together and have it sitting close by. Because remember before it was between the the line and the lower hose. Okay, all right, now it's time for the intercooler. I had it hanging down this way, straight down. Put my hose on, fed it up over here, held the radiator and the intercooler, took off my strap, looped it back around, put the intercooler up here. So now the intercooler is in. So now all I gotta do is line it up and start my bolts and snug them up. Okay, I got my intercooler bolted up and I got my mass airflow sensor plugged in. Now all I gotta do is line it up on the little studs on the top inside my grommets, and then put my lower panel on. And then put my under shield on, and then I can go on top, put it back together. Okay, I used my strap, 2 pieces of 2x4 to hold the radiator up because I had to guide it up into the studs. And then I put this bracket up there, started it, swung it over here, removed my strap, pushed it up, had my bolt and had my ratchet, got it started, pushed my lines on my intercooler, got them on. So now all I gotta do is tighten my clamps and then put the rest of my bolts in my lower support and tighten them up. All right, and then I can go ahead and do the bottom, finish it up with the cover. Okay, got your lower tube clamped tight for the intercooler. Then you got your coolant hose, make sure it clips in, make sure it clipped into the radiator also. And now we gotta do this heater, this hose for the trans cooler. Maybe I'll do that last and hook this up over here first. Remember, it's got the 2 notches. It's got to go into the radiator and then in the 1 screw. Okay. Okay, you got your cooler in. You got the screw in it. You got the 2 slots in the bottom. They're not really too deep. Put your lower radiator hose on, or your upper one, I mean. Put the clamp on. Plug your fan in. 2 connectors. Make sure you got your O-rings on the lines. If you lost the O-ring, make sure it's a small O-ring, thin one, because it allows the tube to go up inside there. If it's too fat, it won't allow the tube to go up inside. Make sure you line it up properly. And then snug, and then tighten them up. And then now you need to come over here and install this line on the radiator with your clamp. And I took this one off the reservoir. I need to put that back on there. All right, I got the hoses over here connected, got the clamp on, got that one on, clamps on. I put my 10mm back on my little bracket for my AC. Come over here, put some lube on your little grommets, push your lower air filter housing on. Make sure your intake air temp sensor connector's not down there. Put your 2 bolts in, tighten them up. All you do is put this on, upper air intake, tighten your clamp. Plug your IAC in, intake air temp, and tighten your clamps up. Then put some coolant in it, start it up, let it run. Make sure you get the coolant level to where it's supposed to be and operating temperature. Make sure you got heat, and make sure you don't have no leaks. And if it's all good, you're all set. And if you took this valance off, go ahead and put that back in. And if I helped you out with this video, that's awesome. Hopefully you can help me out by subscribing, and I appreciate it, and thank you.